Steven.
Oh, we're on?
We're on.
Oh, sorry.
We're on.
All right. I was doing some PC work back here. So sorry we're late, guys. We were traveling. We're in San Jose right now from Greenville, South Carolina, and San Jose. Got the Wonderboy merch on. Make sure you go grab it. You see my nips. Make sure you get your Wonderboy tees. Anyway, it is what time is it right now?
We are in San Jose.
We are in San Jose.
So it is 9:20 a.m.
a.m. We
20
flew
minutes past showtime, but
yeah. Well, we were traveling. Okay, so we are here at San Jose at NVIDIA, as you can tell. Got a bunch of custom PCs behind us. NVIDIA makes graphic cards, and they are building me a pretty sick PC. It's not done yet, but it is Naruto themed.
keep on the DL. You can't overindulge.
Okay, I can't overindulge. I'll stop right there. And we're also here for a Crunchyroll
Anime Expo.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of Crunchyroll, but Crunchyroll is sick. And I'm a big anime fan, as you can tell. Love the Dragon Ball Z, One Punch Man, Naruto, Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter. You know, I love it all. I love it all. So that's why we're here in San Jose. But we got up literally in our hotel room at 3 a.m. this morning just to watch the co-main and main event of the Shenzhen.
Well, we watched the card.
We watched the card.
We'll
talk about it. Right. So we were up pretty early. Early
for you guys.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So right now we're in the media room at NVIDIA.
One of the many labs that they have here.
It's pretty sick. This place is pretty sick. This is where they film some of their YouTube channels and stuff. So
GeForce Garage.
Was it GeForce? Yeah,
GeForce Garage. Check out the channel.
Man. So
let's get into it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did y'all real quick? Did y'all watch the Shenzhen fight? Even though it was pretty early.
I think it was 6 a.m. on the East Coast, 3 a.m. on the West Coast.
Really? 6 a.m. I don't know if some of you guys did. Joey said I did. Ha.
Dude, Joey, you die hard, man.
Heck yeah, I watched it.
Dude. Like, it was the tough.
Easy D's blew it. Yeah, only main event. Okay, they only watched the main event. Man, you got some y'all are some hardcore UFC fans, and that's why we're here talking with y'all. So let's talk about the co-main event. So who do we have?
Event, 2 welterweights.
I can't announce the names. Yeah, we had 2 welterweights. And some guys that 2 guys that actually I was keeping my eye on. One of them,
Li Jingliang. Same management company as this guy.
Paradigm.
Versus Ilizu dos Santos, Zaleski dos Santos, who is coming off of a 7-fight win streak in the UFC, which you've been there before. You know that's tough. Yes, anybody in the UFC, whether they're a name or not,
it's tough. That is tough. 7-fight winning streak. I mean, where was I 7 fights? I think it was it Roy McDonald?
I think he was the last. I think he was the last one you fought. He was your 7th fight in a row before you fought for the belt.
Yeah, it was my 7th fight in a row. But that's it's difficult for anybody, especially the welterweight division, because it is a ridiculously stacked weight class. So for him to get a 7-fight win streak is pretty legit. And you get a few of those guys out there that have 7-fight, 8-fight win streaks. I know Leon Edwards is on like a 7-fight or 8-fight, maybe 10-fight win streak. I'm not sure. Is it 10?
I think it's 7.
Just beating RDA. Yeah, he just beat RDA. Yeah. So, yeah, I got pushed back to number 9 right now in the rankings. No. I'm ranked number 9, man. So, hopefully we'll be getting this fight at MSG in November. I mean, what do y'all think? Still waiting to see what happens. I mean, I know me and RDA are coming off of a fight. That could be a possibility. I know we're working on that. If not, maybe what? I don't know,
dude, honestly.
Yeah. I'm just going to go up to heavyweight and fight Francis Ngannou. So
I think that's the only option you have, really.
That's an easy win,
Yeah.
Maybe both of us. Anyway, okay.
So to the fight, Li Jingliang versus Ilizu Zaleski dos Santos.
Look at you, man.
What are I'm the name.
Dude,
I'm the name
I couldn't do it.
What were your thoughts on? Let's start with.
I'm gonna call him Lee and dos Santos. Okay.
Right? From a striking perspective, what did you see between the two fighters? What did they do well?
Well, first of all, going into the fight, I thought Santos was going to have definitely a striking advantage because he's been putting people to sleep. And I haven't really watched a whole lot of Lee's fights, but I have watched Santos. So I thought he was going to have the striking advantage. So going into this fight, first round, Santos gets drilled with a quick right hand. Now, Santos likes to come in fighting like that Muay Thai. He does a little bit of the capoeira spin kicks, and you'll see some of that in some of his fights. But basically, he kind of fights like a Muay Thai guy. Nothing wrong with that, but he stands fairly square, which I think it made it easier for Lee to drill him with that right hand. And it was quick. It was
fast. It was
he pretty much kept Dos Santos pretty much kept Lee backing up the entire fight. And I think that's what made the whole that right hand land so quick. So Lee was backing up. Dos Santos was moving forward, and Lee just planted and drilled him with that right hand, which makes it way more powerful when you get a guy coming in. And I'll do that sometimes. I'll try and back up, or I'll drop my hands to try and lure my opponent in, and then trying to hit them as they come in, which makes that technique way more powerful. When he got dropped, he took it, yes. Ended up recovering, and that was round one.
That was basically all of round one.
Yeah, that was it.
Filling out, not a whole lot. I think Lee caught a kick in there and got a quick takedown. But every time he caught the kick, took him down, he got up quick.
Yeah.
Dos Santos got up quick, pretty easily. So that was the gist of round one. Moving into round two, a little bit of the same without any drops, not anything really significant.
I thought, for me, from my perspective, I thought Dos Santos won that second round, but I'm pretty sure the way the commentating was going, they were actually giving it to Lee. Lee was backpedaling pretty much the entire second round. And Dos Santos was throwing some pretty big heavy.
Definitely picked the volume up. Dos Santos picked the volume up in the second round, because I remember hearing, I believe it was Michael Bisping say that, Dos Santos' corner told him, like, you're down the first round. Like, you lost the first round, you got to come back.
Pick it up.
He definitely picked it up in the second round.
I thought he won it, but from the sound of it, he like they were giving it to Lee.
Well, hometown advantage.
Exactly.
Huge fight card in China. Lee's from China, obviously. And you know what that's about.
I know. Fighting in Liverpool
against a Liverpudlian.
Against a Liverpudlian. That was definitely in his favor. So it was actually pretty. It was a good second round. I gave it to Dos Santos. He picked the volume up, throwing a lot of leg kicks, a lot of body kicks, and some heavy haymakers. Man, the guy, I don't think he threw one punch straight down the pipe. It was mostly just swinging for the fences, trying to knock this dude out. So I gave it to Dos Santos second round. Moving on to third round, which was the money round. That was the money round.
But it was basically the same thing as rounds 1 and 2 until I closer to the end, whenever obviously, he got the stoppage. But it was kind of the same thing. Dos Santos was pushing forward, trying to land just big looping punches.
Yeah.
Lee was staying straight with his strikes, just keeping some solid footwork.
And well, from what I was kind of worried about with Dos Santos, every time he would throw a big haymaker, he would either lean really far to the left or really far to the right, kind of lean over. I was like, dude, this guy's either going to get flying knee or he's going to get uppercut. He hit with the uppercut. And that's exactly what happened in the third round. I think Dos Santos was coming in. Lee just hit him with it was almost like a glancing blow. It wasn't a solid shot. I was like, wait a second, did that really drop him? From what I saw. So the slow motion, it was more of a glancing blow. I'm pretty sure it glanced the jaw, hit his jaw, maybe up to his ear, which those glancing blows can do a lot of damage. Go back and watch the McGregor fight and Dustin Poirier. Pretty much the same thing, glancing blow.
Back of the head.
Yeah,
back of the head.
Back right here.
In the back of the head,
but that you hit right here. I got knocked down by Woodley in the second round, getting hit here, and by Till right here. It's not one of those shots that make you see stars. It just makes your legs kind of go limp and you just kind of fall down. I recovered pretty quickly from that, but he couldn't recover fast enough because Lee was so quick to jump on him after he dropped him. Hit him with 6 shots, went down again. Referee jumped in. Fight was over. So, yeah, man, Lee ended up winning that fight. He stayed very calm during the whole situation, even during Dos Santos' pressure. So hats off to that guy, keeping his mind right, staying focused, and listening to his coaches. I thought that was pretty good. But you know what? Dos Santos, he knew he lost that first round, so he was going all in. He was going all in, trying to knock this dude out, and just ran into a few strikes, man. And sometimes that's all it takes, especially in this weight class. These guys hit like trucks. For you fighters out there that know what I'm talking about, even with big boxing gloves on, getting smoked does not feel good. So, yeah, man, hats off to Lee. Congratulations. We are from the same management team. Maybe seeing this guy in the future. He might be in the top 15 right now, top ranked.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Ilizu was ranked 14.
Okay.
Typically, when you beat somebody who's ranked, I mean, that was his third win in a row for Jing Liang, coming off his third win in a row, beat the number 14 guy. He's probably cracking the top 15.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially, we know UFC's really working to get into that Chinese market, and he is
big time.
Another Chinese.
No, they just opened up.
That they can.
They just opened up a was a 400 performance institute. Like it's supposed to dwarf the Vegas Sports Institute. It's like $400 million. I
don't know the specifics, but
it's crazy.
It's supposed to be pretty state of the art.
Hopefully, we'll be headed out that way to check that out. I think it's in Shanghai.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So you guys, our next live might be in Shanghai, guys. You'll be coming with us. So that would be pretty sick. All right.
Main event.
Main event. Did not see this coming. Okay.
Main event time. All right. So you had Jessica Andrade, which we all know, coming off of a huge KO victory. Slammed. KO.
I thought she killed Rose. I thought Rose was dead. I thought she was either dead or paralyzed from the neck down. It was actually scary to watch that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched that fight. I recommend you guys going back and watching that. Watch the Jessica and
Jessica Andrade.
Eunice. Yes. Crazy fight, man. Crazy fight.
Got some super
chats here. This is from Emmanuel
Esparza.
Oh, what's up with that $50, bro?
Will you walk out to the Tenacious D song Wonderboy someday?
Well, I do walk out to that song, Emmanuel. That's like I've been walking out of that song, I think, since my third fight in the UFC. Tenacious D is one of my biggest bands, I would say, since the old favorite, since the old Pick a Destiny days, man. I loved it. I loved
even before that, really, since like School of Rock.
School of Rock, yeah, pretty much School of Rock.
No, dude, even before that. First Jack Black movie you've seen. What was it?
It was probably the one where he dies.
Oh, dude. What about Cable Guy, bro?
Cable Guy. No, there was one where he dies. He gets his head blown off by Bruce Willis.
Oh, the Jackal.
Jackal. That's it.
I haven't even seen that movie. Yeah? I remember that. He holds the cigarettes up and just blows them off. All right. Anyways, back to the main event. We actually had another super chat here, Wonderboy, that says, "When's your next fight, Wonderboy?" Andrew
F. What's up? When is your next fight, Wonderboy? Well, we are working hard on trying to get on that Madison Square Garden card in November. I know that gives me like 8-9 weeks, and I'm actually getting ready to head to Abu Dhabi Sunday for the Khabib and Dustin. Yes, tomorrow, man. 14-hour flight to Abu Dhabi, which is going to be pretty cool. So I got to make sure I'm staying in shape. Actually, I'm in shape. I stay in shape. That way, when I go into camp, I'm not having to get in shape, to get in shape. So, I stay in shape. I'm feeling good. I've been helping my buddies get ready for their fights, so I'm feeling great. So hopefully we'll get something here, some good news pretty soon on who's going to be next. So keep your fingers crossed, guys. Madison Square Garden. I love fighting there. It's my home away from home. Hopefully it happens. So we'll see. Back to the main event.
Jessica Andrade versus Weili Zhang. Again, coming off that huge KO for Andrade. Weili, she's kind of unknown a little bit.
I think I've seen her fight. I think she fought recently, it seems like.
She just beat Tisha Torres.
Yes.
And that was kind of like her title elimination.
Yeah.
Her last fight. But still, this is only her fourth fight in the UFC, even though she had the impressive 19-fight win streak. I think
that's
it was
ridiculous.
19-2 or 1 or something like that.
That's not in the UFC though. That's total.
Record.
I was about to say.
She only had this was her fourth fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a huge opportunity for the UFC. Chinese female fighter in China for the belt.
I think
if she won, another huge step into that Chinese market.
And guess what? That's what made this fight so crazy because 40 seconds? Was it
42
seconds in the first round? She beats Jessica Andrade. TKOs her in the first round. It was nuts. I'm sitting there in bed at 3 a.m. and I see it happen. I'm like, what? I felt like I just drank immediately, did a shot of like
G Fuel
to the veins. It was crazy.
G Fuel. So talk about that. So what led to that victory for Wei Li? Like, what was Jessica doing that allowed Wei Li to capitalize and take her out?
Well, it was kind of similar to the co-main event. Jessica was being very aggressive like she normally is, walking forward. They get into and the thing is, most of the females that she fights, you know, they kind of back down and they don't want to get into a heavy banger, you know, with
except
with
for Joanna.
Joanna
pieced her up pretty good.
Yeah,
but
normally most people don't do that. She's known to knock girls out. That's something you don't see a whole lot in the women's division. Is just crazy knockouts. I mean, you see some TKOs, but you know, she walked forward and what's her name? I can't pronounce it.
Wei Li.
She wasn't scared. She did not back down, man. And they got into a scuffle. Wei Li ended up hitting her with a right hand straight to the jaw. I mean, it was like a short hook. It was almost like a really short hook, dropped her. Jessica stood back up and Wei Li hit her with a few knees, which I think that's what did the work.
Those elbows knees. Too.
Oh yeah, that's right. She had
which were like a little sketchy in my opinion. It was
almost the back of the head.
The back of the head, but still, they were vicious elbows.
You almost saw like the referee almost jump in, right? Almost jump in because it was kind of close. It wasn't quite back of the head. It was ear maybe. So it was actually. I think that did some damage, but I think what really did it was those body shots, man. Those knees to the body. You see her bend over, and she backs up to sit down. She jumps on her and finishes her in the first round. It was crazy. Yeah. It was like I did not see that coming. Definitely unexpected. But
Josh is known to take shots.
Oh yeah, she was taking some damage against Rose too. Rose was piecing her up. Really, from the stand first round. And she's and you know, Jessica's a grinder. She likes to get you up against the cage, likes to tire you out, go for the takedown. You didn't see that? Really? She tried to recover by doing that after that first droppage. And then she just got hit with a barrage of elbows and knees, and it was over.
So there you have it. 42 seconds.
42 seconds.
Main event finish. First female Chinese fighter. And I even heard first Chinese UFC champion ever in China.
Yeah, I know people were saying Sakuraba, but Sakuraba wasn't a UFC champion. He was Pride champion, right? Sakuraba is like, you know, the grandfather of us all. You know, the guy was the man. Yeah. But the way they call him the Gracie Killer, that's what they called him. But yeah, she's like the first Chinese, I think, UFC champion.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kudos to her.
Yeah, that's
really good.
And what's crazy was she knew what she had to do. She was out there in front of her home people, her hometown.
I don't know if it was like a hometown. I don't know where exactly in China she's from, but it's, you know, you're fighting in China.
You're fighting in China.
Yeah,
you know,
it doesn't happen a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And she does work.
She She gets it done in less than a minute.
It was awesome.
Nobody expected that.
Not at all.
Nobody expected
What did you guys think of the fight? The co-main and main event, if you saw it. If you did not recommend it.
This next portion is we'll read some comments and I'll kind of ask some questions to Wonderboy.
Lay it on me, guys.
If you want to ask Wonderboy some questions, ask away. I will moderate.
You gotta go down.
Let's see what we got here. Got to get caught back up. All right, here we go. Sakuraba is Japanese and fought in Pride, so there you go.
Oh yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, Sakuraba was Japanese. Why do I want to say he was Chinese?
Somebody mentioned that to us.
Oh, is that what it was? That's what it was.
I think it was going around online that he was like
Sakuraba was Japanese. Yeah, what the heck?
Appreciate that. In the comments. All right. Where did Dos Santos go wrong in your opinion? That's a good question.
I think he was chasing Lee too much. I think he was chasing Lee too much. And he got dropped with a shot in the first round from chasing Lee. He was walking forward, standing fairly square, and Lee just moved back, planted his feet, and just caught him just right as Dos Santos was walking in. Kind of the same situation when he got finished in the third round. He did very well in the second round, like I said before, but I think Lee was kind of luring, kind of luring him into a false sense of security, just kept walking forward and ended up running into that uppercut. Did you see where I spit on the table?
Say it, don't spray it, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
So a lot of circular, a lot of looping attacks from Dos Santos, and Lee kept it straight down the pipe.
Straight down the pipe, man.
What you got to do in that situation.
Flawless. Yeah.
Do you think Dos Santos' capoeira background led him to have those like circular, or do you think that's just kind of like he's just natural motion of striking for most people?
I know with the kicks, it's a lot of circular movements. I know they have a few like front kicks that they do. Dude, one of my favorite moves of all time, Only the Strong capoeira movie. Back in
Mark Dacascos.
Mark Dacascos. Yeah, I don't know if you remember Only the Strong back in the day. Man, after watching that, I was definitely going to be a capoeira practitioner. You know, I studied the art of capoeira, you know, for like a whole of 2 days. And that was it.
We got a super chat right there from
Dangerously Funny. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Appreciate the $100, my friend. You are awesome. Dangerously Funny. You the man.
Cool. Let's see what else we
got. The Godfather down here. Reminds me of.
Sorry.
Good job.
Right.
Good job. Sorry, I was gonna read your comment. We can't find it now.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
So what do y'all think about Darren Till going middleweight, guys? You think that's going to be a good spot for him? I think so. He definitely struggled getting to 170. He didn't make weight when we fought. He actually didn't make weight. He had an hour to get down, and he comes back even heavier. So I don't know what all that was about. But I think he'll do fairly well in the middleweight division. He's not cutting as much weight. I think that definitely would help anybody. You know, there's a lot of guys moving up in weight. Chris Weidman's getting ready to fight Dominic Reyes at 205. You had Luke Rockhold didn't do well, but he moved up to 205 as well. So yeah, I mean, those guys that are moving up are doing fairly well. Anthony Pettis moved up to 170 and knocked me out. Moment of silence, please. Is that what we're doing? A moment of silence. The death of Stephen Dawson. Oh man,
no, dude, not quite.
That's
a good question.
What was it?
Not that one. The one that you answered about Till going up to 85. It's a big one. And he, of course, his first fight at 185. This is a question for me.
Why would they give
Kelvin Gastelum, who we know, who's obviously was a stud at 170, had trouble making weight, moving from 185, did really well. I think his only loss up there, other than just recently to Israel, was Chris when he got subbed.
Yeah,
Chris Weidman.
I mean, he beat Jacare.
Yep.
You know,
Tim Kennedy.
Was his first. I think I was there for that one.
Yeah, we were there.
But yeah, he was doing some work, man. He is doing some work.
Bisping.
He knocked out Bisping.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They're definitely feeding him to the dogs on this one at 185. He's going straight for that, you know, top ranked contender. Of course,
especially coming off of back-to-back losses.
Yeah.
For Till.
Oh yeah. Was it just one?
No, he got beaten by Woodley. And then he got knocked out by George Masvidal.
That's right.
And now he's about to fight Kelvin.
Yeah, he was still ranked at the top, though, at 170. He was like ranked 3 or 5 or something like that. So I guess they wanted to give him somebody in the top at 185 to see how he does. But Kevin Gastelum, he's got the wrestling. He's got cardio for days, that guy. And he's got a chin on him. I mean, he took several shots from Tyron Woodley that put me down, and he just shook it off like it was nothing.
Oh, you mean
whenever he fought. And then
even Israel couldn't finish him. Israel hit him with some cute. That was a good fight.
Well, what surprised me during that fight, that Adesanya fight and Gastelum, was Gastelum being
Adesanya.
Adesanya.
I you said Dos Santos.
Izzy, everybody calls him Izzy. Was Kevin Gastelum almost knocked him out with a head kick. Even him being the smaller fighter, that was pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool. So good question there.
Yes.
Let's see. What else we got?
What's up, Kyle? Kyle, I finally got off of work in time to watch this. Thank you for making your time. I hope we're not going to get you in trouble, man.
What are your thoughts on somebody questioned? Let's see who it was.
What's up, Big Bobby?
Where did it go? What are your thoughts on McGregor breaking the silence? Nicholas Lund Mertz Peterson asked, what are your thoughts on McGregor breaking the silence? So, Quentin, what are your thoughts on that McGregor situation?
Incident, you mean? That he sucker punched that guy?
That he punched that dude. Yeah. It's old news. It was old. It was an old footage from like March. This is what I read. This is what I heard on Chael's channel.
Okay.
Chael's son's channel. It was old, but it came out obviously, and then he apologized. What do you think about the whole McGregor situation?
Well, I guess if you're in the spotlight like McGregor is on a daily basis, people are gonna be talking crap, man. People are gonna be talking trash to you. I don't know if this old man was talking crap. I know
you don't know the whole background.
I don't know the background of what happened, but from what I heard was people are gonna talk, was talking crap to him, and he just, I guess, got in the heat of the moment and just swung on the guy.
He apologized for it. Then he came out on Ariel. He had like the whole interview.
Right.
What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that's cool. I mean, good on his part that he's coming out and apologizing. Obviously, it was his bad. He did it. He's making it public, apologizing to everyone. Because he's literally the face of MMA. He's the face of MMA, man. UFC of like all of MMA. He is. I mean, he's made it to what it is today. And I think people are getting paid more because of him.
He's really done
a tremendous amount. And he's a multimillionaire. I mean, he's done things that, MMA guys dream of. I mean, he fought Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match and made ridiculous. His way into he's got his own whiskey. I mean, come on.
More than that,
so,
I'm sure going on in the background.
Yeah, the stuff we don't even know about. But yeah, man, when you're in that spotlight, people are gonna be talking trash. And you gotta know that. You gotta be able to have that self-control to know that. And I don't know what's going on in his life to maybe something had triggered, or maybe he had a lot. He's probably stressed a lot. I don't know, but maybe that had something to do with it. But you got to know that people are gonna be talking trash, man. You got to have self-control. You got to have that woosah. Have somebody just rub your ears from time to time and say woosah.
I mean, it obviously doesn't make the situation right that he apologized about it. No. And there's people on here, commenting that he wouldn't have apologized if the video came out.
Yeah,
which is probably true too.
Yeah,
I mean,
but. I don't agree with it, man. Of course, I'm not in his shoes. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not that kind of a person. I keep a pretty good circle of people around me, and these people have been with me since day one. So they help me in everything, and I cry on their shoulders and they cry on my shoulders. And yeah, man, that sounded kind of weird, but you gotta have those people,
man, that keep you grounded.
Yeah, I mean, what was that, Dane Cook, when you crying in your car and you got to watch yourself cry?
Yeah.
I do that on a regular basis. You got to watch yourself do it.
I did my best. All right, let's get a couple more here before we start winding down. We'll get 2 more questions in here before we bounce out of here.
Dude, it's been 30 minutes already.
To Crunchyroll, 30 minutes already.
No way. We did another Q&A the other day, and we were on there for 2 hours.
Yeah, dude.
Was it 2 hours?
By. You guys are awesome.
Flies by, man. I just like chatting with y'all.
Last question for you. Last question for you. And this isn't from any particular person. It's been from like a lot of people in the chat I've been reading. What are your thoughts on the Khabib Poirier fight? We'll kind of close out on this one. Your thoughts, Khabib Poirier fight next weekend in Abu Dhabi.
I will be there sitting cage side. Hopefully with some, rubbing some elbows with some shakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude, it's gonna be. I'm excited for this fight. I don't see Dustin win. I would love for Dustin to go out there and just hit him with a good, strong punch to knock him out.
What do you think Dustin needs to do to win?
Obviously, well, number one, they're both pretty big guys. They walk around pretty heavy for their weight class. If you go back and watch some of their face-offs, I mean, they're thick, man, big chest, big necks, big arms. A lot of these guys in the weight class walk around close to what I walk around at, which is 190. But I think Dustin definitely is going to have to keep his distance. Use his boxing to keep the distance. It's very hard with somebody who's as aggressive as Khabib is, and good at wrestling, and he's got cardio for days as well. He's a grinder, man. I don't think the guy's ever lost a round. I mean, it's kind of hard to go against somebody that has never lost a round in his career or in the UFC. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. And but I think Dustin can work it. I think he's an intelligent guy. I know his coaches are intelligent. He wouldn't be where he is right now if he didn't have that. So I know he knows his game plan. The hard thing is when you're out there going against somebody like Khabib is sticking to that game plan, especially when you get fatigued. Keeping the range, using his boxing, and of course, not getting taken down. Now that's easier said than done. Go back and watch the Conor McGregor fight. I know that was his game plan. Every fight. But I think where Conor McGregor messed up was when he was working his takedown defense. Instead of working A, B, and C, he went straight to Z, trying to do some crazy stuff to defend against the takedowns when something fairly basic could have helped him. You know, trying to hit switches and stuff. It's like, no, you know, don't hit switches. You just, you know, get your overhook, you know, fight the hands off, push the head, try and get your way out.
Again, easier said than done.
Easier said than done.
Like Khabib.
Easier said than done. All right, boys and girls. For those of you that do fight on the channel that are watching right now, that are tuning in, you guys know what it's about. It's very difficult. It is easier said than done, especially when you got somebody who's just a grinder like Khabib is. Now, Khabib has got some stand-up too. He knocked down McGregor with the right hand. He's got some boxing, but he's notorious for that grinding mentality with his wrestling. He gets you down, gets a good position, and just wears you out. I remember one of my most epic fights of Khabib, and it wasn't really Khabib that made it epic, is when he fought the Brazilian guy who he did the spin hook kick.
Edson Barboza.
Edson Barboza. Now, what was crazy about that fight was Edson Barboza was taking punishment. I mean, pretty much every round, and just didn't give up. Didn't give up. Like, you got to love somebody that could take that type of punishment and keep on going. Like, that's the dude that I want on my team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a pretty epic fight, but took him down, got to position, and just ground and pounded him out. I think he went all 3 rounds. I don't know if he finished him or not, but I don't remember. But I know it was a pretty epic fight. And most of Khabib's fights are like that. So can Dustin Poirier prevent that from happening? Is his boxing good enough? Is his distance management good enough to keep Khabib away? We'll see. We will find out. We will find out. Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm kind of excited for that 14-hour flight. I love to fly. Get on my movies, snack out. You know what I mean?
Pretty sure they'll have some good purchasing options on that one.
I hope so. They'll have some good purchasing options. I might have to upgrade because they got me on this 14. UFC's got me on that that economy. You know, that economy. Where's that first class? You know, I guess you know.
Get one of them bedrooms.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody did a YouTube.
Shout out Casey Neistat. Yeah, that's the only one that I remember.
That was pretty sick.
Pretty epic. But so kind of stay tuned. Stay posted, as if we will try to do a live post-fight show next weekend for the fight. You'll be in Abu Dhabi, so I don't know how we'll get that figured out.
T-Killa said Khabib is gonna do Khabib. You can't out wrestle him, so why would you try to beat someone at something? Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. I mean, he's good at what he does, but really good at what he anybody can get caught out there. It hasn't happened to Khabib yet. But it can. So I'm not giving up on Dustin just yet, but I see Khabib winning it the way he's done every one of his fights. So, yeah.
Any closing remarks? Closing statements?
Dude, we were a little late on the show. We apologize. We just got in from San Jose.
To San Jose.
Mm-hmm. You trying to help me out with my grammar, man?
Sorry, man.
It's all right.
Don't want them to be confused.
That's South Carolina.
I'm a support guy. I'm like the hype man.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know, this is my brother Tony. Been in the martial arts since he was 3 years old as well.
Mandatory.
It was mandatory in our household. If we didn't get like 6 classes in a week, we got like beat with a cane. I'm kidding, that didn't happen, but seriously though, it did. Mandatory. So this is my hype man. This is my dude that makes it all happen. He does all the hookup. He does all the editing. We just appreciate you guys coming on, hanging out with us. We're definitely gonna make this a frequent thing. You know what I mean?
We'll try to.
We'll try to.
As possible. So
more Q&As. Oh yeah. So
turn around, stand up, turn around.
Gotta go to the nip. Dude, why am I cold? I'm freezing in here. That's what it is.
Bro.
Dude,
it's the workshop.
Wonderboy, baby, got the power up tee.
Y'all know anime.
These aren't the only t-shirts we got. Where do they got to go to? Where do they got to go?
PitchBlackFightShop.com.
PitchBlackFightShop.com.
Wonderboy merch.
Get it, y'all.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I know some of you guys are just getting up to go to work. Maybe you took a break from work.
11-day weekend. Maybe you have a long weekend off and you're sleeping in.
Yeah, do that.
Cut that short to be with us.
Yeah, we appreciate that, guys. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Catch you on the flip side, y'all. Get your Wonderboy merch.
Peace.
Dude.